What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Like to apologize yesterday for only doing 2 uploads. Some of y'all let me have it in the comment section, and y'all noticed. I appreciate that. But I had a really rough day yesterday, and I'll tell you guys about it in the Friday night live stream. I'm still kind of pissed off about it, but I ain't in the mood to talk about it right now, but we'll talk about it in the Friday night live stream. I had a hell of a story for you. People are crazy. Anyway, speaking of crazy, I seen this story. This story's out of Paris, France. Shout out Paris, man. And this incident happened at France's annual Festival of Music along the Seine River. And it's about a social media post that sparked up to 15 people. They're saying now it was 10, now they're saying it's 15 people grab hypodermic needles, fill them with some type of chemical, and inject them into 145 people just trying to enjoy the festivities. People they didn't even know. I don't know what's going on with social media, man. I mean, people are so brain dead now to where they can just be influenced to go and do harm to strangers in a crowded setting like this. Don't understand it. Me personally, I was never a concert type person, and more power to people that enjoy that type of stuff, but having that many strangers up against me and I don't know what's happening, you know, and there's no way to get out of there in case some stuff happened, it's not my thing. But anyway, take a look at this story, man. This is truly sickening, man.
Police in France say 14 people are under arrest after a possible syringe attack at a series of music festivals across France. 145 people report being pricked, including some girls as young as 14. I want to bring in foreign correspondent Tom Burridge for more. Tom, what's the latest here?
Yeah, Dan, so I think this is a very troubling phenomenon. What we don't know is anything really about the malign actors who were behind this. It appears to have been inspired or encouraged on social media. So it looks like there were social media posts before this annual nationwide music festival event. So effectively, Fête de la Musique, there are music festivals in towns and cities right across France. And prior to the event, there were posts, we think, on social media encouraging people or telling people to prick people attending that event. Now, we don't know anything about the malign actors behind this. Police are investigating, and they say that during those series of music festivals right across France on Saturday, 145 people were either pricked or believed they were pricked. So, you know, because of these social media posts, people picked up on these and then warned other social media users that this was being encouraged. So you had a climate of fear or concern prior to the event itself. And police are saying that they have arrested so far 14 people in connection with these attacks.
Tom, victims reported feeling hot flushes, dizziness, loss of consciousness, and visible marks or bruises on their skin. So are police saying what they think was in those syringes?
They haven't yet, and at the moment I don't think there's any indication whether or not any of the victims were actually injected with any type of substance. I mean, look, we know from one of the mayors of a city where there were 17 young victims, 17 young female victims, that the victims were as young as 14, aged through to 20. One particularly concerning thing I think that mayor said for me was that some of the victims were actually attacked in the presence of their parents. And we know that from police that most of the attackers were either pricked in their arm or in their back. They had various symptoms as you've laid out. And most of those people either were treated at the scene by first responders or then reported to hospital to give urine, saliva or blood samples to try and work out whether they were pricked or not. But I think, you know, this phenomenon, it doesn't appear, I think, that physically many of the victims were badly hurt or damaged in this attack. That seems to be the indication at this stage. But what this attack, inspired by just a few messages, we think, on social media, has done is sow panic. So I think, like, French authorities right now are urging calm. They're saying we shouldn't panic, but people in future events should be vigilant and look out for this type of attack, seek medical advice, report it to the police as soon as they see it.
And Tom, any sense of a motive here? Why do this?
I don't think we have any motive at all. And I think that is, you know, this attack is symptomatic of the digital age, right? Social media. People or actors, malign actors, can go on social media now and encourage this type of attack. Now, there is nothing to suggest who is behind this attack, but we know that malign actors have been working to destabilize European countries in the past. No indication at the moment who could have been behind this, but I think it is deeply worrying for the authorities in this kind of digital social media age that we live in.
All right, foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge, thank you.
All right, guys, that's the story. There's some sick people out here. And I don't even know what's sicker. Those that think this type of stuff up and throw it out on the internet to see who bites the bait, or those that bite the bait and go out and do it without no recourse or thinking that something's going to happen to them. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on my business. I try to deal in the realm of common sense and try to, treat people as I want to be treated. So a lot of this stuff right here is like fog in my face. I can't see through it. I can't see the reality of it. I'm going to tell you something. I would rather, bust somebody's ass for doing that type of stuff to me or somebody I know unmercifully, you know what I'm saying, than be a victim of that type of stuff. People are crazy. And I said this a long time ago when I got on YouTube and I started seeing that I started gathering a fan following, and I was like, I'm just a regular person. You got to stay humble. I'm like, I'm just a regular person. Some of the stuff, I'll be in character. I'm laughing and joking. Don't pay no attention to what you hear. I mean, listen to stuff that you know is true. The other stuff, just don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? This is a show. You know what I'm saying? With a message. But either way, listen. It's great responsibility in some of the things that are said on your channel, especially when your channel attracts a lot of young people. Me, my crowd is my age, in the 40s, 50s, and older. I have some younger people that, watch the show, and I appreciate that, but I'm not a younger influencer in a generation that a lot of us can't understand from a psychotic standpoint, a psychological standpoint. And it's like people gravitate to people and act like their words are the gospel, and people notice and they get big-headed and they put these things out a lot of times on these posts, and they might be playing, but the other person might not see them as such, as a game. I don't know how you get 10 to 15 people to say, you know what, it's a good idea to go get some needles, fill them with some fluid, and stick strangers we don't know that could kill us if they find out we the ones doing it. They said that thing created panic. Panic at a annual festival. A lot of these people probably sat up all night in anticipation, anxiety, good anxiety. Can't wait to see their favorite groups. Can't wait to go out and have fun. Can't wait to be around friends. And here come some strangers coming to spread fear and panic. People could have got trampled to death. All kind of stuff could have happened. See, the thing is, when people are out there doing this type of stuff, they're only thinking about the after effect of when they do it and the feeling that they have. You got people out here that have a euphoristic feeling of causing damage to others. And that's what I talk about on this channel. Them type of people gotta go. Because if it's easy for you to go and do something to a stranger and feel nothing and look at them as they're less than human, something wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. And I wouldn't deal with it. At any given time, they had a chance and a choice not to do that shit, but they chose it and they did it. I look at things, I look at an action, but I look past the action for the reasoning for the action. And there's no reason to do that type of stuff. That's why I would have no leniency. I don't know how they do over there in France with the punishment. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these people would disappear and not be seen no more. They said one of the people that was stabbed was a 14-year-old girl. Then the thing is, you're putting some strange chemical in it and people are getting sick and faint and all this other stuff. You don't know the allergic reaction or the reaction people will have with that. That shows the infantile mind state that a lot of people have in doing demonic shit. You ever think about this? I'm gonna say this in closing. You ever think about this? It's very easy for people to be influenced by a stranger to do dumb shit, but not influenced to do good shit or stuff. I'm saying like building yourself up. People, for some odd reason, a certain type of mindset, they're like sheep. They will gravitate to the stuff that doesn't take any type of willpower or any type of self-reflection, any type of hard work, the meaning of yourself, your mission on this planet, who you are as an individual. They won't focus on that. That's too hard. The easy stuff is the bad shit. That's the easy stuff. Do something, then run away and laugh. Do something for attention and bother a stranger, possibly hurting them, and then run off and laugh. Do something because you know it's a lot of people out there. You might not get caught. Go in the crowd, stick somebody when they're jumping up and down and celebrating music. Stick them, then turn your head and act like you ain't doing nothing. There's some piece of shits out here, for real. Stuff like that, I'm glad I ain't in positions where that shit happen because I lose my shit. I don't give a fuck if you was playing or not. Because now I'm not playing after you was playing with me, and you should have known who you was playing with. That's the thing. These people out here doing crazy shit, and they gonna do it to the right person that's more crazy than them. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. That shit is a big stain on that city, even though it's not the city's fault. That shit is getting paraded all around the world. And now some people probably had aspirations to go over there and attend that in Paris. Now a lot of them like, never think about how it affects revenue for the city and for the merchants out there. And these motherfuckers just want to come out there and do that shit. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.